Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Welcome to FPL, don't panic. Right, third video of the day. Gotta knock these ones out quickly. I knocked two out quickly this morning in Manchester while Mrs. Panic was sleeping. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? Two videos. I knocked two videos out very, very quickly. Back in Hartford now. Glass of wine time. Mrs. Panic's having a nap. So what am I going to do? Final look at the game we just gone. A couple of further thoughts. A look at the minor adjustment that I've just made from the video this morning on my free hit 33 team. Not going to talk too much to that. As I think a lot of you know, I am on a plane to New Zealand on Friday. So I'm going to lock that in on Friday morning before I go. I'll just talk to it very, very briefly in this video. But the main topic du jour is the Bishop Brennan Cup. And in this week's Bishop Brennan Cup, it's very, very interesting. It's such a tight race. We'll obviously have the Bishop Brennan Cup winner, highest point scorer in the league this week. But just a look at the top three and maybe one or two other teams. Just interesting to see the tactics that different the chip strategies evolving as we get into this nutty end of the season. So without further ado, let's get into it. Little mouthful of wine. 69. How often do I finish on 69? That's something in it, I reckon. Yeah, just disappointing. Ultimately, it was a very healthy green. Rise to 526, 977. But let's face it, on 59 points at Old Trafford, excited. Bruno going out and Bumo going out, Cunha going out in the lower West End amongst the rabble, freaking chanting our lungs out, and boy did we chant our lungs out. And then catastrophe. Obviously disappointed with Bumo not starting. Cunha gets booked early. United were shocking. Yeah, because the reality is, although the green does look very nice, 120, 130k green, it's actually more than that, was probably 150k green, wasn't it? I actually needed more. If I'm going to have any chance to get to that 100k, needed more out of it, because of course now we have the ones that wildcarded, and some of those scores are pretty good amongst the wildcarders. And they're now going into nice, healthy bench boosts full of Def Connors and up to 15 players doubling. It's going to kill. It's going to kill the rank. Thus, where you've seen where I've started to go now with a really last wild swing with a very, very differential, I think, free hit team. Just one last wild swing. There's no point holding back at this stage, is there? We've obviously got the O'Reilly injury. That is a problem. I'm going to talk to that a little bit in a second. Virgil, lovely. Yeah, grand. Gabriel, I had to, benching decision. I didn't get it majorly wrong between O'Dango and Anderson. Clearly the good one was obviously bringing Bowen in for Iwobi, who I had on the bench, and I don't like Iwobi's fixture in 34, where I still have, as I say, a full 11 going out. So that was a good move. Yeah, clearly a good move, but that did force Anderson onto the bench. Yeah, it is what it is. It's most weeks I'll be absolutely delighted with the 69 when their game week average is 46. But as I say, it's not enough, because it might be 150k green this week, but it's probably going to be about a 300k red next week, give or take. We'll see, unless I do pull off a very, very early Christmas miracle. Okay, speaking of which, now this hasn't changed much from my team this morning. You've all saw me going through the process. Those that watched, those that haven't, just have a quick flick back. You'll see where I had the spreadsheet on the first video I was doing this morning, where I was just silently working away, narrowing down a list of 50 down to the players that have shown the best averages, etc., over the last 6 game weeks, and that naturally fell into this 5-4-1 I'm noting though the 541 is a place where a few are moving to. I'm trying to avoid. I really am trying to avoid listening to any of the other content providers, because as much as you don't want it to, it can influence your own thinking. But on a few sites, I have noted 451541 is starting to become. It certainly won't be the dominant lineup, but there are a few going down this path. Where I've made the change from this morning, I had Guehi in there. I've just put O'Reilly back in, and I put Scott first off the bench, because I do think if we don't get definitive news, I might just start him. I might. Guehi, I've got any number of defenders, because there's loads of them that are showing very, very similar average to Guehi. And Bijou for that matter, and Van Heck, and Trufford, and Sinisi. These are the ones that just came out marginally on top, and I may actually tweak some of those for ones that I might have a slight preference for, that are showing sort of similar average, and that may be based on, you know, just the fixtures, etc. But I'm relatively happy with the Trufford, Van Heck, Bijou, and the Sinisi. But I've got plenty of defenders that show the same average as Guehi anyways. He may actually change for another sort of defender of the same average if I ditch O'Reilly completely. I may do that. It is one of the tweaks that could be coming, because I'd actually almost prefer to have a third City attacker in there. They're clearly scoring the most goals, and in that, I'm thinking of Doku. I am honestly. I'm just the differential. Cherki, Semenyo, Doku. City are going to score the most goals over the next 2 game weeks. Who is likely to be amongst those goals and assists if I'm going against Haaland? That's Cherki, Semenyo, Doku. And again, don't laugh at me, because his average is still around the 5, and he'll get his DEFCON. Is Rodri, and well, we've seen these sort of, you know, these DEFCON defenders in these recent game weeks. You know, when they do get that goal, dear Lord, and if they do have the clean sheet and the DEFCON, those points are amazing. So I'm still not giving up on the Rodri fetish just yet. At the moment, though, unless there is some definitive news around O'Reilly, I mean, his averages are up in the 9 and 10 at the moment for the last 6 game weeks. Start him. Hopefully he plays. Doesn't play against Arsenal. Okay. But maybe he comes in against Burnley. Maybe he's okay for Burnley. Happy days. It's Burnley. You know, if he comes in with the clean sheet, an attacking return, etc. Big points again. You know, and what I want to try and see out of all those 5 defenders is an average of 10 points across them all. If he doesn't play, then I've got someone like a Scott or something like that on the bench. If we get definitive news that he's out long term, then obviously he goes. Listen, I'm just thinking about it at the moment. Listen, I'm not going to talk too much to this anymore. Let's do the Bishop Brennan Cup. And as I say, I've got to get packed for New Zealand. We're clearing down the flat at the moment. So there's lots of box packing, etc. I'll be back with a final lock-in of the free hit team on Friday morning before I head to the airport. What do now? Let's have a little look at our Bishop Brennan Cup. Hopefully, I can get this in something sort of. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, nice sea of green arrows. Oh, it's a nice sea of green arrows, but it's going to be a sea of red again next week. That's the reality. FPL Don't Panic Challenge. Here we come. Right, let me just make sure that this is showing up nice and clear on the other screen. Sort of, kind of. We should get away with it, I think. Right, where to start with this one? Let's start with the top 3 or 4 in the league itself. Just have a little look at what strategies our top players are employing, basically. I'm going to start with Sean, because Sean's been cranking in some freaking detail. Very close to the very close to the Bishop Brennan Cup this week. I would have been pretty close, only for the United trio failing, but that's life. Sean, going really well, mate. Really going really well. Joseph, actually, you got Joseph there, 75. All right, let's actually do the top 5 really, really quickly. 75 points. Joseph, you've been cranking along really well as well. Just barely outside the top 10k. Can I glean anything from your team? That to me looks like a great score. Obviously, 75 points is fantastic. Yeah, Bowen, Thiago, yeah, Bruno with the captaincy. You've got the O'Reilly points. You've got Virgil, Gabriel. Okay, this looks to me like someone. No, oh, yeah, wildcard used. I think it would be fair to say that you've wildcarded with a view to blank 34. Would I be right there? And you'll be free hitting this week. So I'm going to take a wild guess that you are a free hitter 33, but a really solid wild card. Nicely set up. Yeah, you got your little sour in there for the next double game week, which we assume is going to be 36 City, and think good setup. Good setup. Great score this week. Beautifully done, mate. Love it. Let's back. That's you, right? Sean, my favourite sheep farmer. Again, brilliant score. Bench boost this week. Bench boost this week. Okay, again, that feels like I'm pretty sure you've got a pretty solid team going out for 34 there. So okay, I get it. Yeah, it was a good punt on that bench boost, wasn't it? Didn't go too badly. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is it a genuine bench boost? It really is, because I mean, Arsenal nervous. Yeah, I should have benched 1 or 2 myself when I think about it. Like I said, I should have most certainly played Bruggen over Raya, that's for sure. Can see the logic. It's a good score, and I'll assume you are, and you're good team going out again for the blank. So again, I think I'll be assuming you're going to be free hitting, Sean. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. Great score, buddy, and yeah, and you just really, you're turning into Mr. Bloody Consistency. Right, Richard, it's getting interesting at the top, isn't it? Richard, how you doing, Richard? What is Richard doing? Not the greatest score, but it's a 48, 58, 68. You know, sort of thinking that the people that stuck with a normal team were hitting. Okay, 48. That again. Sure, I'm gonna assume you're gonna be free hitting, Richard. Would that be fair enough? Fair comment. Think through any. Yeah, pretty sure you're on. Got some doublers in there, but I think you had Van Heck before. I think you've had Van Heck for a while, haven't you? So that to me looks like you're set for 34. Haaland. Yeah, so I'm going to guess you're free hitting 33, and you'll have pretty damn near a full 11 with the transfer itself for 34 would be my guess. Maybe there's a little triple captain. I haven't spoken. There is the triple captain strategy, of course, for the double game week. Love to know what you guys are doing, so please do let me know in the comments if you are watching. But yeah, Rich, you've been chugging along so well this year, mate. You're just always there or thereabouts. Bailey, you have been the rising star of late, haven't you? Is this your first into the top 3? Yeah, it's certainly a relatively new entrant. 58 done the wild card. 58 solid score, and so I'm assuming you're going to be free hitting damn near a full 15 of double. Yeah. And this is the thing. I do think if you got that wild card right, look at the Van Heck, Grosh. Yeah. 1 or 2 transfers in you there. Tavernier and Sinisi and Stoic all on the bench. The wild carders that were wild carding into that double, some of them are going to done very well. And whatever way you play your bench boost, I can see some massive bench boost scores. I really can. If you've got just good def corners on there that you know are going to get you 3 or 4 points each game, 5 or 6 points each. You get an attacking return. Oh my God, we're going to get murdered. needed a 35 point over them just to break even, I reckon. I could be proven so wrong on this because this is a weird fucking game, as we all know. It really is. But yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's really, really good. And you're in the top 10k as well, Bailey. That's really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. All right, who is number one? Of course, it is Mr. Consistency himself, Dean. What did you do, Dean? What did you do? Where are you going? 55 points, 3,356 in the world, and you have wildcarded. I'm jealous. I'll be lying if I said yeah, some of these. Right, it didn't happen. You'd probably be playing Tavernier, I would imagine. Well, it doesn't matter who's in your first 11. But look at that bench. Even if you just played at that, who you got in the first 11? Are you going to hang on to Bruno for the double? Calvert-Lewin, João Pedro, Haaland, O'Reilly. Yeah, you may need the transfer there. Same as. Well, I guess that is one of the advantages of being on the free hit. That we can monitor the injuries. Now that's going to be potentially a forced transfer, taking the gamble of playing him. So I guess that is one advantage of being on the free hit. That if those injuries do occur, or if there's any injuries in these European matches to, Semenyo, Haaland, etc., we can deal with it probably a little bit more easily. But overall, I still think I think it's advantage wildcarders at the moment. Yeah, good stuff, Dean. Solid score this week. Some points out of Van Heck there. Palmer Defcon. Yeah, I'd actually would suggest, having watched some of these games as well, that you were unlucky not to get a larger score than that. Good stuff, Dean. Good stuff, mate. Listen, I just because I'd love to see you just crack that top 1,000. I actually, part of me hopes you really, really bang next week. The problem is, if these benches and all these players really, really bang, it means it's going to be sadness for a lot of us. But hey, we've seen strange things happen in this game. Right, let's go to Little Bishop Brennan Cup. Right, I'm going to go to page 2. I am going to page 2. Where is it? I'm sure I saw it there earlier. There we go. Curious Almighty with a 76er. No wildcard, just pure team. So again, I'd assume you're having a little free hit in this coming game week. But just an absolutely really, really good score in this game week. Who were you? Big? Well, O'Reilly, obviously. Bowen, Thiago. A punt. You lot know me. I love a good punt. Captaincy on Thiago, mate. You're chasing rank. I like it, mate. You've got to go for it, haven't you? At this stage of the season, what have we got to lose? I love it. So you are absolutely a very deserved winner of this week's Bishop Brennan Cup. But wait, there's more. I'm losing the plot today. Right, Curus Almighty, just need to remember that. Curus Almighty. Right, let's see if I can spot it. This isn't controversy, folks. If I can find it. I really need to get my eyes tested. I think that's it. You don't really expect. You're doing this to Ingvi Steinwag. I probably didn't do too. Ingvi Steinwag. I do believe you are this week's joint winner with Kuros Almighty. No, -4 points. You're not. Let's have a quick look though. It's a great score. Yeah, O'Reilly. Bowen, Thiago. Yeah, grand. Where'd your capsy go? Bruno. Any other big scores there? Virgil, yeah, good, great score, but you're not this week's winner, so we're just going to score over you. Kurus, you're still in it, but I could have sworn. Sorry guys, I'm scanning. 75. I digress. Curse Almighty, I think you're in. Let me just make sure here, guys. Bear with me. We've got Alan. Alan, you had a great score this week, Alan. You with your 74 there, buddy. Ingrid Stein. So close, but yet so far. Right, I'm just doing the little final. I was mistaken. Curse Almighty. Let's get your team back up there, buddy. Please correct me if I've missed something there. Please come back to me. I could have sworn there was another 76 there, but I think it is you, Ingrid Stein. Curse Almighty. Nippis Medayan. You are this week's Bishop Brennan Cup winner. Great score, buddy. I might have a little trophy around. Where's it gone? It's gone. Where is it? It's disappeared off the table. It's actually the old trophy. Had it earlier. Great score, and love the Thiago pick. I love the punt, mate. It's the time for punts now. It's death or glory. Curse Almighty, you're this week's Bishop Brennan Cup winner. Congratulations. I'll be back on Friday morning with my team. Lock in my final free hit differential. Death or glory for game week 33. Take care. Have fun. Play your own game. Don't panic. I'll see you lot soon. Bye for now.